Today's Japanese slang terms are the pair kagiake and kagishime. This literally means the opening and closing of a lock, but refers to the first and then the last person at an event, especially a handshake event for a given idol. So in this post here, when someone refers to themselves as the kagiake for a meet and greet with Hello Kitty, they're just saying that they're the first one there, and the benefit of that is that they got to take a really cool video where no one else was in front of them in line. The use of kageshime here then is noting that there are actually not usually one at an idol convention, but they are the last one off the ride at Disneyland. I don't know if that's actually annoying to the people there, but that's what it means there. They're not locking any doors, they're just the last person off the ride, and therefore in contrast being able to get a video where no one else is there besides them and the staff waving goodbye. Now, neither of these are considered necessarily a bad thing. Kagiake is obviously something that can be envious, as you're the first one that gets to shake the person's hand. And kagishime, of course, may get a bit of extra time with the idol as there's kind of no one else in line. That said, do be careful, as sometimes kagishime are seen to be bad. Now, if you get to be kagishime because you deserve it, that's not usually seen as a problem. And by deserve it here, what I mean is that to come to these events, you usually need to get tickets, which you get from buying albums, doing things like that. And in some, you get, a certain amount of time per ticket, but in others, you actually kind of go around and around and around once for each ticket. And if you're the last one going around because you have a lot of tickets, well, then it's seen as you've earned being a kagishime. But as described in websites like this, there are people that, for instance, hang out in the back until someone says last call for any tickets and then rush up and try to get in there to be the last person, and where they haven't actually been waiting in line properly, or they fight with each other and make the entire thing worse for the idol, worse for everyone involved, extending the amount of time that the entire event goes on, etc. These types of kagishime are specifically called a kagishime chu, and you may have seen this kanji, which was first predominantly known for its use in the word chubo, or a kitchen, but has been used in a number of insults on the Japanese internet. Specifically, chunibyo, or second grade syndrome, which refers to people that are immature, often has the chu written using this kanji. So it's been adopted in a number of words, like this one you see here, as an insult. If you see somebody calling somebody something and using this kanji, it's usually not a good thing. And people who are kagishime therefore often go through a lot of effort to make sure people know that they are not a kagishime chu. For instance, this person here emphasizes that it was coincidence that they got to be kagishime. They did not do it through any other underhanded method. Indeed, even people trying to kind of reclaim this term pull back. This person here calls themselves a kagishime chu, which is not obviously meant as an insult, but by the end of it, they do note, oh wait, actually, I didn't aim to do it, right? Mataku neratte nai. As for when these terms started to be used in this kind of idol, handshake, kai context, I'm not really sure because, of course, these are just normal words. There's a post, for instance, where somebody calls themselves a kagishime. It's just because their literal job is to lock a door. It's a scene from a movie where someone's locking a door. But if you look at both of these terms on Google Trends, you can see a huge spike start to happen in 2011. And since I imagine Japanese people have been locking and unlocking doors for quite some time, a sudden spike in the interest, to me, signals that this is kind of when it started to be used in a new context, and these specific phrases became associated with this sort of otaku, oshikatsu style dialogues. Indeed, nowadays these terms are at least common enough that people are kind of playing with them and parodying them. In this post here, for instance, you can see kagiake just used to mean the first person who showed up in a restaurant to get their curry, which doesn't involve any CD buying or tickets or anything like that at all. Anyway, if you're the first person to watch this video, congratulations on being the kagiake. Here's your unblemished handshake. And if you're the last person to ever watch this video, congratulations on being the kagishime. Thanks for buying all these tickets. And you can just pause the video here and talk to me as much as you like because there's no one else behind you in line. Enjoy.